Hi, everyone. It's Henry DeVries with Agency Rainmaker TV. Here's the show where we teach you how to make it rain, how to make it rain right fit clients. And with me, a buddy, a guest, I'm a fan of his books, David Newman. David, thanks so much for being on the show today.
Henry, so great to be here.
Well, let's just jump in. Who do you help, David? Who do you serve?
We work with B2B experts, which includes consultants, coaches, speakers, trainers, a little smattering of some marketing agency people. But the common DNA marker is that they embrace thought leadership marketing, which means they write, they speak, they use social media. I like to summarize it as a 3 PR strategy, which is personalized professional public relations. And there's 3 legs on that stool. Leg number 1 is, in fact, speaking. Leg number 2 is writing, both online writing, offline writing, obviously writing books, writing blogs, writing articles, all of those things, and then social media. And the reason that those 3 integrate so nicely is the speaking increases your visibility, the writing increases your credibility, and the social media increases your shareability.
We like to say here that if you want to be an authority, then a book is the number one marketing tool, and speaking is the number one sales strategy. And all those, I agree with everything you said, because the book is your cornerstone content that you can use for your blogs and for your updates and your social media postings, and but also it can be used content for your speeches, your presentations. So great to have you here. Now, what do you do for clients? I know you're this thought leader in this space, but what do you do for them? What do they
So
hire
we
you for?
have we have a couple of different mentoring tracks, mentoring programs, and essentially we help them get better at marketing. We help them get better at sales. All of this, of course, includes their packaging, their pricing, their promotion, their articulation, their differentiation. What makes them cooler, better, faster, smarter than any competing or alternative resource? How to get paid handsomely for their brilliance and for the results that they create, and how to confidently land better clients and bigger deals and higher fees for the work that they're already brilliant at doing.
David, you're a master at articulation, and I know you help your people with the articulation. And a lot of times it's so important to be clear rather than clever. So thanks for the clarity on that. Now, how do you make it rain?
So we have used a variety of different strategies, and some have been fantastically successful, Henry, and some have been fantastically unsuccessful. So this really is, it's sort of the rainmaking of the moment. And I would say that the consistent rainmaker, good times, bad times, recession, depression, inflation, book, 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 book. And if I want to say it one more time, it's going to be book.
Book.
So my first book, the Do It Marketing book, came out in 2013. I rode that wave for about 7 years because I think a lot of authors make the mistake of they write one book and then they don't fully monetize, capitalize, evangelize enough on that book. So they'll say something like, oh, my book's been out for a year, year and a half, time to write a second one. It's like, well, excuse me, hold on. How many hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars have you made from book number 1? And they look at me, they go, I think I made like 10 grand. And that's about it. How many clients did you get? I'm not sure we got any clients from the book. And then the worst thing that I hear, this is where I see author malpractice. And Henry, I know that you don't let your authors make this following statement. Yeah, I wrote this book, but the book didn't do much for my business, which means they never even had a plan for how is the book going to support the business and how is the business going to support the book. So that is totally not the way to write a book, is to write a book, sit, wait by the phone, hope the phone rings. There's no strategy, there's no hook, there's no bounce back from the book back into becoming a client, what I call the reader to client on ramp. And every book and every person listening, and Henry, every one of your clients, I know they get a reader to client on-ramp, because this is very, very important. So what are you putting in your book that drives people back into your website, your opt-in, your lead magnet, gets them on your list, allows you to build a genuine relationship with them based on value, lets them nurture, lets them connect, lets them have some level of intimacy with you. So that came out in 2013. That's when I started doing the strategy I just spoke of. 2020, I came out with the Do It Speaking book. Do It Speaking is all about how speaking, both on stage and off, so virtual, webinars, podcasts, all forms of speaking, are the number one-to-many marketing strategy that you have, and also the one-to-many sales platform that you have. And then the Do It Selling book came out just last year, and that is all about how to give, I would say, people who really hate selling, how to give people who hate selling the selling strategies and the selling insights and the selling tactics that they will embrace, they will find easy, effortless, and enjoyable. So I can't tell you how many times people have said, David, I've read your book. I've read book 1 or book 2 or book 3, or heck, David, I've read all your books, and now I'm ready for the kind of help that you offer. So that is number one. Other things we've tried in rainmaking, some successful, some not, pay-per-click advertising. 2017 through about 2021, awesome. Starting around 2022, ROI goes way, way down, and we just stopped doing it. And so now we double down on organic. And what is the organic strategy? Offer value, invite engagement. That includes our email list. That's been a huge rainmaking tool. That includes webinars. That's been a huge rainmaking tool, very successful for us. And it also includes really nurturing intentionally our YouTube audience, which just now is starting to bear some fruit. So I would say those are the rainmaking good, bad, and ugly strategies.
Let me pay you a compliment. You can't trademark a book title, but you can trademark a book series. Do It Marketing, Do It Speaking, Do It Selling, just like the Dummy's Guide or the Idiot's Guide or Chicken Soup for the Soul or the 1 Minute Manager. All of these are examples of a series. And I always say a thought leader and authority is not one and done. One book doesn't give the world everything they have to say. So you've really done a great job with that and came out with some great quality books. I recommend all of these highly. Well,
Thank
David,
you.
anything to add before we wrap it up?
I think there's a lot of pressure on agency owners and entrepreneurs to be everywhere all the time. The problem with that, it's exhausting and it's ineffective. And when you specialize and when you niche down, deep specialization, you will know exactly where your best prospects are, where they hang out online, offline, what they read, what conferences they go to, what blogs and YouTube channels they watch. Double down and triple down on the 2 or 3 channels, not all of them, but the 2 or 3. So even going back to my situation, when I said, you know what, we've really doubled down on the YouTube channel. That's kind of the latest and greatest thing. We've always had webinars and we've always used email. And if we just stick to the knitting and trust that those strategies will continue to work, because I know that my audience consumes our emails. We have the open rates, the stats, the click-throughs. We have a decade plus of data. So making your decisions based on data is another little sub point there. YouTube, you can see, or I can see my subscribers, my views, my comments going up the more that I run that flywheel, and it's a gradual process. Nothing happens overnight. And then webinars just continue to add value, make our offers. Some people jump in. The key with the webinar and the key with any content marketing for the folks listening, make your content so valuable that even if they don't buy from you, they will come onto your next webinar. They will open your next email. They will buy your next book. They might not be ready at this particular moment to invest in all of your services, but they need to look forward to your marketing content because the marketing content is so good, they would not want to throw it away and they would not want to miss the next installment.
Wow. Excellent. David and I have been in a mastermind relationship for a dozen years, and I really owe a lot to you for conversations in 2022 when I took your advice to niche down to super niche. I went all in on agencies and came out with the book, Marketing with a Book for Agency Owners, and it's increased our business by 50%. The power of it. And I try to get other people to niche down, and I get, oh, well, I don't want to eliminate people and all this. And I'm like, I just want to like shake them or snap out of it. Do this. Your life will be so much better. David, my life's so much better because you're in it. Thank you. Until next time, make it rain.